Hey guys, what's going on? Kyle Krieger here, and today I have a guest, and his name is Raymond.
Hi everyone. It's nice to be back, Kyle.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me back.
I forgot my name. No, it's good. Do it again.
No, I like that one.
Okay. And I like focusing on my hair. I can't focus on anything else because
I love
so
it.
big.
You're giving me height. You're giving me volume.
Thank you.
Strength.
Strength. Okay, so today we're going to talk about masculinity.
You're like, what are we going to talk about?
I'm masked on top.
That's the video that he's... Oh, are you? That's awesome.
Could you imagine?
I didn't know that.
I wanted Raymond to come to do this video with me today for multiple reasons. One, because after I posted my Vegas vlog, Raymond texted me and said that he really connected to a few things in that video.
I think that I just really resonated with Kyle because we've had a lot of conversations around kind of your own authentic personality and then how we also portray ourselves publicly, and I thought that it was really brave and cool that Kyle talked about and vlogged that actual moment where he was debating whether or not to post this photo. Should we like put up the photo here? And
oh yeah.
Do you want to give a...
The photo up here that is we're talking about, and I had taken a photo that I thought made me look feminine. So I was kind of going through my mind like whether or not I should post this, like am I gonna look too girly? Are people gonna be less attracted to me of this? All this fear of not being good enough and not being attractive or whatever, just based on how feminine the picture made me look. And so I just spoke about that on my vlog and about kind of like the roller coaster I was going through in my mind about my emotions. I
just really connected with it because I thought that it's rare, I think, for people to just be so open and vulnerable about their insecurities and around, how they feel in the way they present themselves. One thing I talk a lot about specifically for the gay community within the broader LGBTQ community is that I feel like we can be really tough on each other in a lot of ways. Like, there can be a lot of judgment and there's a lot of pressure, I think, in certain social situations to act a certain way or to present a certain way. And to the point that Kyle made, like he was worried that maybe people would find him less desirable if he showed that more feminine side or like found him out. I think that anytime that we can just kind of break through that shell that we're putting up and be a little bit more authentic, like it gives everyone else that permission to do the same. So many of us have this common slight difference between kind of how we are when we're with our closest friends and we're at our most comfortable, and then how we feel we sometimes need to be when we're in public or in social situations or when we're presenting ourselves. I mean, I can connect to like why that's tough. I get a lot of, comments that are like, he's way too feminine, or tone it down, we don't need to see all that, why are you always so bright? And like...
No, I think, I was an athlete growing up. I played soccer my whole entire life, and I was on teams and in college and everything, and I was always terrified that people were gonna figure it out. So I would drop my voice and try to like walk more masculine, or I would try to make sure I was, dating girls or interested in girls, or I don't know, just like a ton of stuff that was just so pointless and made me feel so ridiculous and on the inside, but I was doing it for everybody else, When I posted that photo, I was like digging up all of those feelings again.
So what was the reaction like? Did you get a lot of comments like mine, or was I the only one who wrote you about it?
No, I feel like a lot of people wrote me and they were like, Kyle, we love you we love your voice and we love you how you are, and we, like very supportive and very sweet, which is like everything I would want my 11-year-old self to hear. So it was definitely reassuring and validating that I can be my actual self, that I'm still worthy of love. Because for so long, I felt like that wasn't the truth. I was really happy that you had that reaction. I was really happy that everybody else had that reaction. And I think it's important to talk about.
I agree. I mean, I think so many people have similar stories to what you just shared. When I was in high school, when I was starting 9th grade, I was going to a new school and I had been bullied really badly for being such an effeminate kid, just being myself. And so I think my freshman year of high school, I was like, I'm gonna change everything this year. And it was very similar to what you said. Like, I deliberately lowered my voice. I pretended to have crushes on girls. I did sports that I didn't enjoy. Like, I was reading up on sports that I didn't really care to read up on. And I remember I even changed music on my iPod because like friends would go and just be like, oh, what are you listening to? And I had like Britney Spears and Avril Lavigne and Sky Sweetnam, who was really popular when I was a freshman in high school. Do you remember her?
Avril Lavigne?
Yes.
Bless her.
I know. It was a really sad moment, but I took them off of my iPod. Maybe that's where a lot of this comes from, though, within our own community as adults now, that there's still, the feminine can sometimes represent that person or that shame that we felt when we were younger.
Right. Like if I see someone feminine walking down the street, sometimes I can be very judgmental as well. And I know that I internalize that shame that I see them, and it's like a mirror, right? It's like something that I really didn't like about myself growing up that I see in them that I automatically push them away. I'm mindful enough now where I can like stop it and be like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, we need to appreciate, love, and support that person because that's what you would want as well. They're just being them.
Totally.
You know?
We need to support everyone in the community because we already have people outside of our own community who are still fighting for us to not have equal rights and saying horrible things and stuff like that. And so I think that for someone to be out there and be exactly who they are, and if they are way more feminine or flamboyant, in a lot of ways that takes extra courage because you become a target for people outside of the community and in some cases within your own community.
Right.
So I think it's something that we all are working through and trying to figure out on a daily basis, but we just wanted to at least shine a light on the topic to let you know that if you're having this kind of back and forth, or if you're wondering, why do I react when I see a guy like this? Or like, why do I find myself changing who I am when I go on a date? Or, you know, when I'm meeting new people or when I'm at a party and feel uncomfortable, that you at least know that you're not alone in that.
Okay. That's, I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
So I have loved Kyle's channel and videos since the very first one.
Thank you.
And I remember we were talking right after you did your first or second video. Well, if I can share that, you were kind of like worried about how people would react who had never heard your voice before.
Right.
Like, so in a way, it seems like that same vulnerability of making the decision to start this channel was kind of the same conversation that you were having when you decided to post that photo.
I knew that everyone was gonna figure it out. I knew that as soon as I heard the first video, and of course I was terrified. I was like so scared that they were gonna hear me and be like, oh, this queen, I'm like not into her anymore. You know, she sounds like a schoolgirl, she says like all the time. But I just pushed through the discomfort because, and I'm so happy that I did because I love making video content and having collaborations with great people and stuff.
It's scary putting yourself out there.
Yeah, like let go of the fear, then you just can get so much. You know?
I agree. So if you're waiting for a sign for anything, you know, showing your true colors, here it is. Is that so cheesy?
No, that's so cute. I love that.
Well, I just want to say something. So I moved to LA at the end of last year and got to know Kyle even better since I moved here. And I love your voice and I love how open and honest and everything about you is amazing. So I just think we should also like affirm our friends more too because it can be tough out there. It can be tough being gay or LGBTQ or part of any community that's underrepresented or that's, you know, can still be marginalized in different ways. And so within our own community, we should, as much as we can, try to support each other, you know? Because I've always said when one of us rises, we all rise.
No, I love that. And yeah, so thank you. I really appreciate your friendship and I'm really glad that I have you in my life and I'm sad to leave you. And also, yeah, this would be a great time for you to like text, even just like text one of your friends and be like, I love you so much.
I love that idea.
I like don't tell you enough.
Yes.
And you were so great and you were such a good friend.
I love that. I think that's a perfect way to end the video.
Okay.
Text your friend or comment below about someone who you really appreciate and what you love
That's
about
great.
them and just affirm someone today who may need to hear a little bit of that extra encouragement.
That's great. Okay guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. Raymond, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Kyle.
Yeah, so nice to have you back. And make sure you go to Raymond's YouTube channel at Raymond Braun and you can check out all his videos there. We made a video on his channel as well that you can check out and I'll put the link down below. You can subscribe to this channel if you would like.
Yes,
and
you
like
definitely
the video.
should.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys soon, okay? Thanks so much.
Bye everyone.